Right Jim, as you can see, that's the ball where I've taken the panel out of. The main priority is all these panels, these side panels, as I've said before, that actually come onto where you're putting the new panel in. You've got to make sure that all those panels down there are tied and knotted at the end so they can't run. So you can see that's where the new panel goes in. So as I say, any panel that comes onto it, any side panel, like that one, has got to be tied off so that it doesn't run like a woman's nylon. Now this is a ball that I actually made probably 35 years ago. I made about 50 altogether for Liverpool FC, the staff shop, or the club shop that they were going to sell them. I kept 2 or 3 back obviously, and this is one of them. So as I say, it's over 30 years old, this ball, since I last made it. I made it using mitre panels, and I know obviously that all the edges are tied off. Now with a machine stitched ball nowadays made from Pakistan or China, they don't actually tie the edges off there because it's like a machine, it just carries on and carries on. So if one thread goes and one thread snaps, all the rest eventually will start to run, as I said, like a woman's nylon. You know, so as I say, I know this ball, every panel is tied off, but I've left one, I've undone one just to show you, Jim, how to do it. So basically, you know, to squeeze the ball down. So you find the one with the loose edge, put the brad awl through the tightest stitch you can get back to. Once you've got the brad awl through, just put the brad awl down, get the thread with the needle, so the needle goes through just that one, pull it all the way through to the knot, and then just put one loop, just that one loop, that's all you need. Now that knot that you've put there will hold that thread. So you can take I'll just get the brad awl, you can take the old threads out, the loose ones, just prise them out from each side. Make sure they're all out. And then once they're all out, the 2 or 3 stitches that you've just taken the threads out of. See, I'm trying to do it, Jim, and at the same time look at the television to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So that's the left one through, followed by the right one. Pull them both through. Now, as I told you before, try and pull with a thread rather than needles. Once you've got to the end there, just pull it tight, little tug, 2 loops this time, so it actually knots. So you've got 2 loops, little tug, put your brad awl down, Stanley knife, and just cut off. And then you know that that panel isn't going to go anywhere. So that is held, and every other one that I've got is held. So just put another knot in the thread at the end, and you can start to use that one for when you put the new panel in. Now I'll just point out, before I start putting this panel in for you, where you've gone wrong with the one you've sent a picture of. When we put a new panel in, I'll point these 2 or 3 things out for you. There's the valve hole, as you can see there. I'll bring it that way, then you can see. So we start on a normal repair, say a new bladder, from the furthest point away, which is up here. Now, we'll turn it that way. So that's the furthest point away. Now as you can see, I've opened that ball up, Jim, like we normally do on the far panel. But the new panel I'm putting in is on the side. Now if you're putting a panel in from the front on the top, that's no problem. because it's just the normal finish when you get to it. But if you're doing one on the side or on the bottom, you still have to open the top end, because otherwise when you put your valve needle in, or so your hollow needle or your ordinary needles, there's a chance of it catching the bladder and puncturing the bladder. So basically, if you put a panel in on the side or the bottom, you must open the top end so we can finish off there. Once you put the panel in, you can then insert the bladder and do a normal finish at the top. That way you don't catch the bladder with your needles. Alright Jim, I'll just show you another thing. Just one moment, I'll just